Hi yogis! Today's practice has focus on support of the spine. So we will strengthen and open the musculature around the spine and also the core, because that's just as important for spinal health. And in this beautiful practice of yoga, we don't only have the opportunity to support our bodies, but we also have the offering to support our hearts and our minds. Blue Boy wanted to say hi, but then he got shy. So we will call in that offering. Please meet me lying down on your mat in corpse pose. So you will extend your legs forward and allow your arms to open out wide, turning your palms up towards the sky. And just take a moment to adjust yourself so that you can find optimal comfort. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. Let the inner thighs roll out. Feel length in your spine, space within your neck. And if you think about the symbolism of this pose, corpse pose, right? It can represent a death. So consider if there's something that you are ready to let die. This could be the death of a pattern of thinking, the death of an attitude or of a belief system, something that is no longer serving you. So as you ponder what that is that you're ready to let die, also consider what will take its place. What new belief system, what new attitude or quality you would like to call in and awaken. This beautiful cycle of life, death, and rebirth is ever present. So you have the opportunity right now to call in a new life. Please bring your awareness to your palms and feel the sensation there. Feel the energy. As you inhale, visualize your breath moving in through your palms, up your arms, and all the way into your chest. Exhale from your chest, through your arms, out your palms, and back into the universe. Deepening the breath, inhale, breathing in through the palms, up the arms, across the collarbones, and all the way to your heart. Exhale from your heart space, out through the arms, releasing through the palms, back out into the atmosphere. So now matching the breath with your intention, inhale, visualize your intention moving up your arms all the way into your heart space, that offering to yourself. And as you exhale, what are you offering to the world and to the universe? What frequency are you sending out from your being? Inhale, calling in your breath and the offering to your heart and mind. Exhale the breath and your offering out into the world and into the universe. Continue this pattern a few more times, deepening and stretching the breath, and really allowing your intention to resonate within your heart and mind. From here, we'll get a little stretch into the side body. Extend the arms overhead. Walk the feet together, point the toes, take a full body stretch. Deep breath in, and let it go through the mouth. Give a bend to your elbows, grabbing a hold of opposite elbow. Walk both feet over to the left and shift your hips slightly to the right. And then you will create a banana shape in your body. So bring your forearms to the left side of your mat and cross your right ankle over your left. Now notice if your right hip elevated off of your mat. You might come out of the lateral bend a bit so that your pelvis is steady and stable on your mat. So this is a stretch getting into the side body and into the QL, a deep back muscle that we'll be getting into a lot today. It's often a source of low back pain in many people. So just allow your skull and your arms to be heavy and breathe into the right side body from your waist up into your ribs and in towards your armpit. And then slowly bring the head and arms through center, uncross the right ankle. Bring the hips towards the left side of the mat, feet walk over to the right, forearms also to the right, left ankle crosses over the right. And again, check in with the pelvis, make sure that it's level. As you ground down through the hips, feel that opening across the left side body and breathe space there. Really feeling the movement of your rib cage. On the inhale, the contraction, the falling in of the rib cage on the exhale. Slowly bring your body back to center. Uncross the left ankle over the right and hug both knees into your chest. It might feel nice to give them a little rock side to side, massaging your low back. And then from here, we'll take a few rounds of Upanyasana. So for this variation, turn the fingertips forward towards the toes. You'll bend the knees in towards the chest. On the inhale, float the knees away, keeping the hands on the kneecaps, elbows straighten. Exhale, bend the elbows, knees pull in towards heart. Inhale, straightening the arms, knees float away. Exhale, hug the knees in. Little compression of the lower abdominals, and we're massaging the lower back. Inhale to float them away. Exhale to draw them in. One more round. Good, this time inhale, heels to sky, arms overhead. And as the heels reach up, flex the ankle so the toes draw back towards the belly. Exhale, bend the knees and lower the arms without letting the feet touch down. So try to match that movement pattern with the breath. Inhale, heels to sky, arms stretch back, opening across the top of the chest. Exhale to slowly bring heels to buttocks and palms down. It can be challenging to really match the breath with the movement, but do your best to slow down your breath to the pace of your movements. Or perhaps it's the other way around. Find a steady breath and then match the movement to your breath. I think that's the ideal way to go about it. One more round. From here, lift your hips and slide your palms underneath them with the palms turned down. A little bit of core awakening here. So you'll draw the knees over the hips to the best of your ability, and you might even shimmy the elbows underneath you a bit so that you feel the shoulder blades press down against your mat. So inhale here, engage the lower abdominals, pulling the belly in. Exhale, extend the right leg long. Maybe the heel touches the mat or it just hovers. Exhale, draw the right knee back up next to the left. Inhale, extend the left leg long, reaching out through the heel to hover or tap. Exhale, realigning the joints. Now, if you feel tension or strain in your low back, you can keep the knees bent and just tap the heel or even the toes down. So your choice to extend with a straight leg or to lower with a bent knee. inhale is to reach out, and exhale is to return. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the lower belly engaged, protecting the lumbar spine. Moving with awareness. Let's take it one more round on each side. Nice work. From here, extend both legs up. Now we'll keep them as a unit as we lower. So inhale to extend, just to hover. Exhale to bring the ankles over the hips. Inhale, reaching out through the heels or balls of the feet so the legs are active. Exhale, bringing the ankles over the hips. 3 more times. Inhale, pressing the triceps down. Exhale to slowly come up. Last 2. And 1. Nice work. Lift the hips, remove the hands from underneath you. Bend the knees, hug them into your chest, rock a little side to side. Whatever feels good to release any constriction in the low back. And then we will do a little bit of glute and SI joint strengthening. So feet lowered down. Plant the feet, hips width distance. And then rest your arms beside your body, palms turned down. Again, press down through the triceps. And then slowly as you press into the feet, elevate the hips up into your bridge pose. So we want the glutes engaged here, but not gripping. So try to find that balance between the two, of engagement, but without tension. And then from here, inhale, sweep the arms overhead, pressing down through the shoulders. Exhale, lower spine, hips and arms simultaneously with your exhale. Inhale to slowly lift the hips, spine, and arms. Again, letting your breath be the guide, right? Finding a breath that's sustainable and steady, and then doing your best to link the movements with your breathing pattern. And when the hips are lifted all the way, be mindful of the neck. We want more weight in the shoulders than in the neck. You should still feel the glutes active as they're descending down. 2 more times, please. When the hips are lifted, keep them lifted, just exhale, lower the arms down. Then we'll hold bridge pose for about 5 breaths. You can either grab the outer edges of your mat for a little bit more stability, or you could interlace the fingers underneath your buttocks and roll the shoulder heads under you one at a time to really feel that opening across the chest. If the fingers are interlaced, press down through the pinkies. Energetically, imagine sliding your thighs forward towards the top of your mat and drawing your heels back towards your shoulders. You might feel the glutes turn on a little bit more. You've got 2 more deep breaths. Release the clasp of the hands. Slowly lower the upper, middle, and lower back down. And one more time, knees hug into chest, Uttanasana. And then from here, grab the backs of your thighs. Rock back and forward the full length of your spine a few times, gaining some momentum. Then next time you sit up, cross the shins, roll over to your hands and knees, tabletop position. So find the stacking of the joints, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And then we'll get into a little forearm and wrist stretch before we move into cat-cows. So turn the right fingertips back, and then check in with the forearm. If it feels really intense, shift the weight more forward. If you could go a little bit deeper into the stretch, start to lean the hips a little bit further back. Just finding your breath. Imagine breathing into your forearm and wrist. A great stretch for carpal tunnel syndrome, or if you do a lot of work at your computer, or if you're on your phone using your thumbs a lot, this is a nice way to open up the palm of the hand and the wrist. And then slowly come back through center, turn the right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. And again, check in with the sensation in your forearm and wrist. If it feels super intense, you can shift the weight forward more. If you're ready for a little bit more, start to draw the hips a little bit back. One more breath. And then bring the hips back over the knees, left fingertips turn forward. So as you spread the fingers wide, bend the elbows out wide to the right and left. And then dropping the chest, sweep the elbows back towards the ribs. So that action of elbows wide and then straight back broadens the collarbones and allow the shoulder blades to draw back onto the rib cage. We want to keep that alignment. So press back up through the arms so they're straight and keep that alignment. If you feel that you've lost it as the shoulders come forward or round, try that again. Elbows bend wide, draw the elbows back by the ribs. Feel how that broadens the collarbones and opens the chest. Then press down through the palms and straighten the arms. So we'll move through some Chakravarkasanas, cat-cow, adding on a child's pose. So as you inhale, sway the spine forward, lift the sternum and tailbone. Careful of the crunching of the neck. We want to keep space in the cervical spine. Exhale to round, and as you round, draw the hips back towards the heels, bend the elbows, lower the forearms, and then the forehead down last. Inhale as you come up, start to sway the spine in the transition. Full breath at the top, arching the back. Slowly exhale, and as you do, you're moving the hips back. Feel that nice stretch in the lower back on your way down. Elbows bend, set the forearms down, and then the forehead. Inhale, drag back on the palms, shining that light from your heart through the gate of your arms, lifting your tailbone and gaze. Exhale, engage your abdominals, start to round your spine, descending the hips, the forearms, and the forehead. One more time like that. Inhale, arching the back, opening the front of the spine, keeping length in the neck. And exhale, press the earth away, engage the abs, slowly lower down. Inhale, come back up to neutral tabletop. We'll do that same pattern, we'll just add on a downward facing dog. But I want you to keep that awareness of the shoulder blades down the back and the collarbones broad. So inhale, sway the spine forward, lifting sternum, soft gaze up. Exhale to round the spine halfway, and then curl the toes, lift the hips, still on the exhale, downward facing dog. So it's half the inhale to lower back to the knees, half the inhale to arch the back and lift the heart and gaze. Half the exhale to round the spine, half the exhale to lift the hips, pressing the heels towards the earth. Half the inhale, knees softly lower, arching the back, collarbones broad. Keep the awareness of the shoulder blades. Half the exhale as you round, shoulder blades down onto the rib cage, hips go high. 2 more rounds, please. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, inhale. Exhale. And then holding this downward facing dog, take a moment to position your hands and feet, just ensuring that hands are shoulder distance apart, feet hips width distance. Notice if your toes are turning out or turning in. Sometimes we fall into some alignment patterns from our daily living. So just notice and see if you can bring the toes forward, fingertips spread, and you might create the slightest rotation of the fingertips out to encourage the external rotation in the arms, which allows for that space between the neck and shoulders. So you're drawing your earlobes towards your thumbs, lifting the lower back, right? Finding space in the kidneys, reaching the hips up high towards the sky, and then feeling all that length through the backs of the legs as you melt the heels down towards the earth. Down dog is such a good pose for spinal alignment, encouraging axial extension. All that length and space in between each vertebral body. So breathe into that space. Breathe into your spinal column in between each vertebra. Please welcome a soft bend to your knees and begin to walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. Feet will come hips width distance when you arrive. Inhale, come onto fingertips or hands slide up the shins, Ardha Uttanasana. Be mindful of the neck, try to gaze underneath the eyeballs. A little tuck of the chin in towards the throat. And then bend the knees, fold over the legs, Uttanasana, forward fold. And we'll remain for a few breaths, so if you'd like, you can clasp opposite elbow, maybe sway a little side to side if that feels nice in the low back. Or you can stay static in the pose. Listen to your own inner teacher, right? I'm just a guide. I offer suggestions that you can take or not take, but ultimately you are your best teacher. You have this beautiful innate wisdom within you. So listen to that wisdom and allow yourself to be guided. Recognize that you have the answers you seek. And then come back through center, fingertips release down to the earth if they were lifted. Give a generous bend to your knees as you slowly curl up one vertebra at a time, feeling the articulation of your spine. Chin coming up last. From here, let's roll out the shoulders a little bit. So inhale, draw the shoulders up by the ears. Exhale, slide the shoulders down and back, palms rotate forward. Inhale, rolling the shoulders forward, up, and back and down. And one more time, forward, up, back and down. And then let's reverse it, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. And one more time for good measure. Then turn the palms forward, feeling that external rotation in the arms, which creates this expansiveness in the chest. Close your eyes, please. Feel your foundation and your stability through your feet. Feeling for the 3 points of contact, your heel bone, your big toe joint, and your little toe joint. Feel a slight lift through the inner arches and carry that lift through the inseams of your legs all the way up to your pelvic floor. Now, feel for the natural curvatures in your spine, in the low back and in the cervical spine and the neck, right? So we want to keep those natural curvatures while encouraging a lot of length. So rather than tucking the tailbone down, which is a cue often used, and I'm guilty of it, try to think of lifting the lower ribs up towards the sky and drawing the hips down low. So we're not taking the curvature out of the low back, but we're just encouraging a little bit more lift and extension. There's the slightest draw of the chin back towards the throat, so you're lengthening through the back of your head. Take a full breath in through your nose. Audible exhale through the mouth, sigh it out. Inhale, what are you calling in to support your heart and mind? Exhale, what are you sending out into the world, into the universe that is of support and light and love. Let's move through 3 sun A's, please. We'll get nice and warm. So inhale, sweep the arms high, reaching up through your fingertips. Exhale, bend the knees, arms open wide as you hinge at the hips and fold forward, bowing the head at the bottom. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Shoulder blades down the back, just like how we were doing in table. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to your plank position. Shoulders over wrists or maybe 1 inch behind them. Press back through the heels. Reach the collarbones forward. Full breath in. Exhale, shift forward to the tippy toes. You can set the knees down for more support or stay strong, bend the elbows, lower down to your belly. Point the toes and bring the big toes to kiss. Slide the hands back so they're mid-rib cage. Engage your legs, lift your kneecaps. Press down through your pubic bone and inhale, begin to peel your heart and your head up, Bhujangasana. So we want little to no weight in the hands here, really strengthening the upper back. Hug the elbows into the midline. Soft gaze off of the tip of the nose. Inhale, peel up a little bit higher. And exhale, lower your chest and head. And then movement to breath. Engage the legs. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, lower down softly. Keep the legs nice and strong. Inhale, rising up 1 vertebra at a time. Exhale to lower. 1 more time. Inhale, peeling up. And exhale, lowering. So your choice. You can press up through tabletop or you can curl the toes. But if you press up through plank pose, really make sure the abs are engaged. So you're drawing the belly in and up. Your choice. Inhale to press you up through table or plank. Exhale, hips high, heels stretch down. Back to downward facing dog, our home base. Reestablish your breath. Deepen it. Lengthen it. Allow it to slow down the mind. Clearing out the monkey mind. And when you're ready, give a bend to the knees. You can take a few little steps, 1 big step or a hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Keep the knees bent so that you can tip the pelvis forward. Root down through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, taking up space on your way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Again, inhale, sweep the arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. Shoulder blades soften down. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge at the hips as you fold forward. Inhale, elongate from tailbone to crown as you squeeze the shoulder blades onto the back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back 1 foot, then the other, plank position. Take a moment, find your strong plank. Engage your quads, spin the inner thighs up. Press down through the arms, broaden through the chest. Inhale, shift forward, tippy toes. Listen to your body. Remember, you are your best teacher. Keep the knees lifted or set them down. Bend the elbows. Graze the ribs on your way down to the earth. This time we'll switch it up with our back bend. We'll take Salabhasana locust pose, adding a variation. So the arms will extend forward in front of you. Your forehead will come down onto your mat. So we're going to alternate elevating opposite limbs to strengthen the low back and also the posterior chain of the body. So forehead stays down. Then as you inhale, lift your head, left leg and right arm up. Exhale, lower leg, arm and head. Inhale, lift chest, head, right leg and left arm. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg, right arm and head. Exhale, down. Inhale, chest, right leg, left arm. Exhale, down. 1 more round. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, down. All right, get ready. Both legs, both arms. Inhale, lift up. Good, reach back through the toes, pointing them. Arms extended forward. And think of spinning the triceps down so you're getting that space in the traps at the base of the neck. Then your choice to do little kicks. You'll find a little bit more engagement, building some heat. Again, just your option. You can kick or you can stay still. 3 more breaths. One more. And soften down. Take a moment to rest. Elbows go wide. Set a cheek down. Let the heels turn out. Feel your heart beat against the earth. And then switch. Turn the opposite cheek down. Bring your chin forward, please. Slide your palms back. Again, your choice. You can press up through tabletop or curl the toes underneath you. Engage your abdominals. The inhale is to press you up. As you transition, exhale back to downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. And then one more round to go. Begin your ascent to the top of your mat. Feet hips width. Inhale, Ardha, flattening the back. Exhale, Uttanasana, bending the knees, belly to thighs, bow the head. Press down through the feet evenly. Inhale to rise you, lift you. Arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more round. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Lengthening the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge at the hips, folding forward. Inhale, find all that space and length in the back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank pose. Take a moment, find your strength. Call in your power. Lift your pubic bone up towards your navel. Draw the tailbone back towards the heels. Inhale, shift forward, tippy toes. Knees down or lifted, your choice. Bend the elbows. Lower with control to the belly. Slide the palms back by the ribs. This time, press down through the palms. Slowly straighten the arms into high cobra. Or your choice to lift the thighs up off the earth into upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So upward dog, we typically just hold for an inhale, right? Moving through our vinyasa. It's actually kind of a challenging pose. So we'll hold for just a couple more breaths, but really press down through the heels of the hands. Feeling space in low back, so think of drawing the heart forward through the arms. One more inhale. Exhale, hips high, heels down, downward facing dog. Good work. Take a breath in. And an audible exhale, release some heat. Again, inhale. Let it go through the mouth. One more deep breath, lips stay sealed. Ujjayi, exhale. Inhale, please raise your right leg up, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, pull the knee in towards the nose, look forward, lift the hips to step the right foot through between the hands. And lower the left knee down and untuck the toes. So we'll move from low lunge to, half splits to low lunge. So sink the hips down, and as you do, make sure the knee doesn't come past the ankle, just above it or slightly behind it. So go longer with your stance as needed. Inhale, keeping the knee bent. Exhale to straighten the right leg, plugging the right femur bone back into the hip socket, drawing the heart forward. Then this time coming all the way up. Inhale to bend the knee and sweep the arms high. Exhale, fingertips lower, straighten the right leg, half splits. Keep that extension, right, of spine and opening across the chest. Inhale to bend the knee, plant the foot, arms sweep up. Maybe a little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, fingertips lower, straightening the right leg, half splits. Ankle is flexed. Half the inhale to rebend the knee, half the inhale to lift the torso and arms. Half the exhale to lower fingertips. Half the exhale to straighten the right leg. So breaking the breath up into halves, I find really helps to slow down the breath. Inhale to rebend and rise. Exhale to lower fingers and straighten the leg. One more round, please. And then we'll hold either of these shapes. You can take the half splits variation, or you can take any low lunge variation that feels good in your body. So maybe arms are extended, maybe you take it into a lateral bend. And you can see my hips are really low in this low lunge. You can also find a little bit more engagement through the pelvic floor and walk the foot in and find more extension. So this gets a little bit more into the hips and into the pelvis. But again, lateral bend could feel good. You could take it into a twist. There's so many options. So just kind of tap into your own power, your own intuition, and take it from there. We'll take 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then slowly lowering the hands if they were lifted. Curl the back toes, lift the left knee, and step back to downward facing dog. Second side, inhale, left leg extends high, pressing back through the heel. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding the spine to look forward and step it through. Right knee lowers down, untuck the back toes, coming into that movement pattern. So inhale with the knee bent and the heart forward. Exhale to straighten the right leg, flexing the ankle, elongating the spine. Half the inhale to walk the fingers forward and bend the knee. Half the inhale to lift the spine and arms high towards the sky. Half the exhale to lower fingertips. Half the exhale to walk it back into half splits. Continue at the pace of your breath cycles. Again, really trying to bring the awareness to the breath, deepening it and slowing it, and matching the movement patterns accordingly. One more round, please. And then finding the same variation you took on the other side, as we'll hold for several breaths. You could be upright, you could be in your half splits, you could be in a lateral bend, or perhaps in a twist. One more full breath wherever you are. Slowly release, hands touch down, curl the back toes, lift the knee, and step on back, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 slow, steady breaths. Resetting the body and resetting the mind. All right, we're coming back to the top of the mat. Maybe try a hop this time if you haven't before. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Travel the feet to the top of the mat. Yoga can be fun, right? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale to sweep the arms wide, taking up space on your way up, or Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, please bring your hands to your hips and step your left foot towards the back of your mat in a warrior 1 stance. So in the warrior 1 stance, make sure that your feet are wide, about hips width distance, so that you have more space in the pelvis The left hip will never be completely square with the right, but it's creating that action of drawing the left hip forward and rolling the left inner thigh back. Please bend your elbows beside your waist, turning your palms open. So come back to this intention you set at the start of your practice, right? What are you offering to support your heart and mind? Call it in. And as you inhale, bring the elbows back, squeezing the scapulas together, engaging the rhomboids. As you exhale, bend the right knee. What are you offering up into the universe? Extending the arms forward, lifting the arms overhead. Inhale, add a little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, arms sweep forward, right leg straightens, elbows come back to starting position. So really calling in that intention, right? Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, elbows draw back, heart open. Exhale, offer it up. What are you sending out from your heart into the world? Inhale, little back bend if you wish, or just finding that length and extension. Exhale, arms come forward, re-straighten the right leg, and re-bend the elbows. 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, bend the knee, send your intention out into the universe. Inhale, add a back bend if you wish. Exhale, slowly sweep the arms forward, elbows re-bend. 1 more time. Inhale to squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, bend the knee, extend the arms, reaching up. Inhale, all that length in the spine. Exhale, arms forward, re-bend the right knee, elbows come back. Good, then please come back into a bent knee, extend the arms up, inhale. Exhale, arms open wide to a T, hinge forward halfway and pause. This right hip has a tendency to scrunch up by the right ribs, so move that right sits bones back towards the back of your mat. Find length from right ribs to right hip. Start to shift the weight into the right foot, unplug the left heel, launch on up, warrior 3. You're welcome to keep the arms open wide, or hands could come to heart center, or you could extend the arms forward, biceps in line with ears. We're getting a lot of engagement into that right glute. Hug the outer right leg into the midline. Find all that length through the line of energy from your heel to the crown of your head. Notice if the left hip is rolling up. You might need to drop it down about 1 inch or so. 2 more breaths, you got it. Stay steady with the breath. From here, fingertips lower down, give a bend to the right knee as you step the left foot back into a shorter stance, into a pyramid pose. So again, check out the feet. Make sure they're about hips width distance. They could be slightly more narrow than your warrior 1 stance, but definitely not heel to heel for more space in the pelvis. Inhale on your fingertips, elongating your spine. And exhale to fold over the right leg. Now to get more into the low back and find that space there, let's add a lateral bend. So walk both hands to the inside of the right foot. So again, the tendency is for the right hips and right ribs to scrunch in towards one another. Move the right hip back. You could even bring your thumb into your hip crease. I find that sometimes helps to bring my awareness there. And then feel the ribs moving up away from the hip. And then just kind of soften into that. Slowly bring your hands back through center, give a bend to the right knee, step the left foot forward, and fold into Uttanasana. Pressing down through the feet, inhale to take you all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, close the eyes. And just take a moment to check in with your body, to feel the sensations in the right leg, to feel the heat and the strength you've cultivated. And let's take it over to the left side. Hands come to hips. Ground down through the left foot, step the right foot back. Depending on how long your legs are, will change the positioning of the feet. But again, find the feet so that they're about hips width distance. Right hip forward, left hip back. Elbows bend by the side ribs. Inhale to squeeze the scapulas together, engaging the rhomboids. Call in that intention, right? What am I offering to myself? Exhale, bend the left knee. Send that offering out, or a different offering, right? Out into the universe. Inhale, little back bend if you wish. Exhale, bringing that fresh energy back to yourself. Straightening the left leg. Inhale, calling in, summoning in what it is you'd like to create more of. What are you awakening within yourself? Exhale to bend the left knee, extend the arms forward. What are you sending out into the world? Little back bend, inhale. Exhale, arms come forward, returning all that nourishment back to yourself. Inhale, squeezing the scapulas together, heart open. Exhale, bend the left knee, send something out. Healing, love, and light perhaps. Inhale, adding a back bend or finding extension. Exhale, coming back to your home, your heart center. One more round, inhale, calling in your intention. Exhale, sending something good out into the universe. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, return home base. Back to you. Rebend the left knee, extend the arms high, inhale. Open the arms wide, exhale, tip forward halfway and pause. Bring your awareness to the left hip all the way up into the left ribs. Move the left sits bone back. Start to shift the weight into the left foot, unplug the right heel. Take your time as you transition, warrior three. Again, your choice, hands can come to heart, or you could extend the arms forward. Remind yourself what a powerful being you are, and that we find our strengths in moments that we're challenged. Every obstacle in life can be seen as an opportunity to grow. It's just a matter of changing our mindset, adopting a new perspective, or a new attitude. What is being reborn in place of something that was not serving you? One more breath. Fingertips lower down, give a bend to the left knee, step the right foot back. Oh. Find your pyramid stance. Go a little wider in the stance with the feet. Hips width or slightly more narrow. Inhale to lengthen the spine on fingertips. Exhale, folding over the left leg. Adding a lateral bend, move the left sitting bone back. First, lift the torso, and then add the lateral bend, walking the hands to the inside of the left foot, and then keeping the awareness between the left hip and the left ribs, finding space there. Slowly walk the hands back through center. Give a bend to the left knee, step the right foot forward and fold Uttanasana. Anchor through the feet, inhale to take you up. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause, close the eyes. Tune into the sensations. Tune into your breath. Tune into your heart. And notice what is present. Allow it to be. Please open your eyes, take a quarter turn facing the long side of your mat, and you'll step one foot to the back of your mat, and you'll open your arms out wide. So from here, we're going to do a little strengthening in the QL, that deep back muscle that I told you about at the start of practice. So the QL attaches from the top of the pelvis to the lowest rib, and it's deep inside the back. So we're going to strengthen it, and then we're going to stretch it. So bend the elbows, bring the fingertips to the back of the head, and then turn the heels in, toes out, and bend the knees. So sinking the hips down low. Inhale, lifting the bottom ribs up away from the pelvis. Exhale, draw the right elbow down towards the right thigh. Maybe it taps. If it doesn't, don't force it. Inhale to come up. Exhale, left elbow to left knee or thigh. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Establish your breath. Then follow with the movement. And that can be challenging when we're doing a strengthening pose and the heart rate is rising, right? But if we can slow the breath, it slows down the heart. You've got it, just a couple more rounds. Exhale is to tap. Inhale to bring you up. One more round, you've got it. Back through center, legs straighten, arms up, and then release the arms beside you and just pause for a moment. Maybe eyes closed, maybe it feels good to shake the hips a little bit. You might crack. And then turn the toes in so the outer edges of the feet are parallel. Now we'll get into lengthening and stretching the cue ball. So we'll start with the lateral bend. Inhale to reach the left arm up and over towards the right. Then keep reaching with the left arm. Start to round the upper back, rounding, rounding, coming down so the left hand comes near the right foot. It doesn't have to be on, it doesn't have to be right in front of it. Find the placing of the palm where you can find space in your spine, and then start to rotate the right arm up into a twist. Then engage the abs. Inhale to take you all the way up, arms wide. Exhale, lateral bend over to the left. Right arm overhead. Good, then start to round the upper back, reaching the right arm forward, forward, all the way down towards the left foot. Inhale to find length in the spine, slight tuck of the chin in. Exhale to rotate left ribs up towards the sky. So pelvis stays neutral, the twist is coming in the upper thoracic spine. Engage the abs, inhale to take you all the way up. Exhale, lateral bend over to the right. Inhale, start to round the back. Lowering, rounding, exhale, lower the palm. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Right arm high. Engage the abs, inhale. Exhale to come all the way up. Inhale, lateral bend over to the left. Exhale, rounding upper back, pulling the belly in, protecting yourself. Lower, right hand down. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Left arm high. Inhale to find all that length from pelvis to crown. Exhale, belly draws in, come all the way up. One more round. Inhale, lateral bend to the right. Exhale, round, lower. This time we'll hold. So lowering, left hand down, right arm up, and then we'll hold the twist for a few breaths. Notice if the right hip is drawing up towards the right ribs. Move that hip slightly back, find even more length, reaching the ribs away from the pelvis. Also finding that length in the neck. If you're gazing up past your fingertips, notice if that's creating compression in your neck. It might feel a little bit more spacious to keep the gaze neutral or even look down at the left fingers. One more inhale. Exhale, pull the belly in, come all the way up. Inhale, take it over to the left. Exhale, rounding down. Take your time. Plant the right palm down. Inhale to elongate the spine. Exhale to rotate the upper back, finding your gentle twist. And again, finding freedom within the neck. That could mean keeping the gaze neutral or looking down at your fingers. One more inhale here. Exhale, engage the core, rise on up. Exhale, release the arms beside you, close your eyes, and just pause for a moment. Feel within your body. Feel within your heart. Even feel what's in your mind. Become the witness to these sensations, to these thoughts, to these feelings, without attachments, without labels, without judgment. Please open your eyes, bring your hands to your hips. Give a bend to the foot that's further away from the top of your mat, and then step forward. Samastitihi. Arms release beside you, palms turn forward. Inhale, circle the arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step one knee back and then the other into your tabletop position. So we'll do one last core exercise and then we'll cool down on the floor. So find your sturdy table, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Extend your right leg straight back, press out through the heel, and make sure that even your pinky toe is drawing down towards the earth. And then once ready, left arm reaches forward, your bicep is in line with your ear. Inhale to reach out through your heel and fingers, maybe even lifting your leg and arm a little higher. Exhale, contract the abdominals, bring the elbow towards the knee and the chin to the chest. Inhale, reach out and extend. Exhale, lower down, hand and knee. Left side, inhale, extend the left leg long, right arm reaches out. Inhale, maybe even lifting up a little through the leg and arm. Exhale, hug into the midline, elbow to knee, chin to chest. Inhale, reach out and extend. Exhale, lower down. Okay, now just alternating without the crunches. So inhale, right leg and left arm, maybe lifting. Exhale, return, hand and knee. Inhale, left leg, right arm, reach. Exhale, lower. Establish the pattern of breath and then match the movement. See if you can lower the palm and knee simultaneously. And even think about, what are you reaching out on extension, right? What are you sending out into the universe? And then what are you returning back to yourself as you lower the hand and knee? Not just supporting our bodies, but we're supporting our hearts and minds through this practice. If we can open ourselves up to that process. All right, if we can be open to going inward, to tuning into our hearts, which isn't always easy. You'll finish with the left leg and right arm. And lower. Open the knees wide, connect the big toes, sit the hips to the heels, walk the arms forward, child's pose. Let yourself be supported by the earth. Surrender the weight of your body and simply be held. Slowly press up to your hands and knees, tabletop, walking the knees back in, hips width, and then walk the knees towards the top of the mat, cross the shins, roll over the feet as you take a seat, and scoot yourself forward to the top of your mat. We'll lower down with control, arms extend. Inhale, lifting the lower back, reaching through the arms. Exhale, pull the abdominals in as you slowly round and lower down with control. That's nice. Once you're here, walk the feet in towards the buttocks. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Flex the right ankle to protect the knee joint, to protect those ligaments. And then bring your right hand to your right thigh and gently press your thigh away from your torso. If you're like, I don't feel too much. If you'd like a little bit more sensation, pick up the left foot, thread the right arm underneath the right calf. You can interlace the fingers behind the left thigh or on top of the left shin. Keep the awareness on the right ankle, making sure the foot is flexed. And then draw the shoulder blades down onto your back. Finding space within the neck too, a slight tuck of the chin down. Left foot can be relaxed. Soften the eyes and the ocular nerves by letting the eyes close and the eyeballs become heavy. Right, not just closing the eyes, but really relaxing the eyes. And just taking a moment to explore where we might be tight. Keeping the eyes closed, move your left knee to the left 1 to 3 inches. And just notice if you feel different sensations in the outer right hip, glute, outer thigh. You might even create small circles with the left kneecap, like you have a Sharpie on your left knee and you're drawing small circles on the ceiling. If you're taking the circles, please discontinue the movement. Release the grip you have on the left leg. Open the arms out wide or to a goalpost. Lower your left foot down. Lift your hips and scooch them to the right just a tad. And then lower the legs as they are in the figure 4 to the left, so that the sole of your right foot plants down on the earth and your right knee is pointed up towards the sky. If you'd like a little extra reinforcement, you can bring your left hand to the right inner thigh and gently press the thigh away from you so that the knee points up. If you like to add a twist in the cervical spine, you can move the head to turn right. I also like to bring my left hand to my belly or my ribs to really feel my breath. Feel connected to my breath. Opening up that dialogue we have to our bodies, to our hearts, and to our minds. Feeling this deep bond we have to ourselves. Embracing this connection. There is so much wisdom to be discovered from this relationship. If we are open and curious enough to look in, right, to uncover or discover what messages or insights are hidden deep within. Slowly coming out of the twist, engage the low belly, bring the legs up. Uncross the right foot and hug both knees into the chest just to find a moment of neutrality, resetting the spine before taking it to the other side. And then you'll lower the feet down when ready. Cross the left foot, ankle over the right knee corner, making sure to flex the left ankle. And you can start by bringing your left hand to the left thigh and gently pressing your knee away from you. Or for more stretch and sensation, pick up the right foot, interlace the fingers behind the right thigh or on top of the right shin. And again, going inward if you had opened the eyes. Relax the gaze, let it go inward. And then adding that option to find a different stretch, please move your right knee over to the right 1 to 3 inches. Feel into your left glute, outer hip, outer thigh. And then start to create small circles if that feels appropriate with the right kneecap. And then just continue the movement if you took it. Bring the knee back through center and set your right foot down on your mat. Open your arms out wide or in a goalpost. Lift your hips, shift them over to the left, and lower both legs as they are to the right in your figure 4 twist. You can bring your right hand to your left inner thigh and gently guide your knee away from your body. Or maybe your right hand comes to your belly or your ribs to feel your breath. Option to move the gaze over to the left, the internal gaze that is, just turning the head. Although this practice has so many amazing physical benefits, the physical practice, the asana, is such a small component of the whole that is yoga. And as I mentioned, if we're willing and open enough to look inward, to find a little introspection and self-inquiry, we can learn so much about ourselves and so much about others and the universe, and that we are all connected. Yoga is simply a reminder of who we truly are at our very core. Our true nature, or our Atman, our infinite, eternal self that is divine. Please pull your belly in, bring your legs back up through center, uncross the left foot, and draw both knees back into your chest for one final loving embrace. Squeeze the knees in tightly. Offer up some gratitude to yourself for making the time and finding the discipline to show up for yourself on your mat today. Find an embrace. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Come into a small ball, rounding the spine, giving yourself so much love and compassion in this moment. And then soften the head down, extend the legs forward, and open the arms up. Coming back to Shavasana. We've come full circle. Let your body become heavy. Let go of any effort. Relax your mind from all the thinking. Relax your heart from all the feeling. Relax your personality, your identity, and simply be in this state of loving awareness. Slowly begin to deepen your breath, awakening your prana, your life force energy. Feel it coursing through you, awakening every cell in your being. Brush your thumbs across each fingertip and wiggle your toes. Roll your wrists and your ankles. Move your head right and left. Bring your arms overhead, extend the legs forward, point the toes, full body stretch. Maybe open and close the mouth a few times, stretching the jaw and the cheeks. Knees pull into the heart space, roll off to one side in fetal pose. Take a moment in this shape of rebirth and come back to this idea of what you are letting die and what you are birthing in return in its place of what had previously left you. What are you calling in that will serve your highest self, your highest good? Keeping your gaze inward, please lift yourself up to a seat. Sukhasana, crossing at the shins, uniting palms at heart center. Please bow your head towards your palms in a gesture of gratitude and reverence for this practice. If we are willing and able to go inward and peel back the veil of who we think we should be, of what our belief systems tell us, of what the mold society places on us, on all the stories and all the judgments, if we can see beneath all that, we find who we truly are, our Atman, our beautiful, unchanging, infinite, and divine self. When you are in this place in me, when you are in this place in you, and I am in this place in me, we are one. Please lift your chin, bring your thumbs to your third eye, tilt your head back, and bow forward as we honor one another. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. If you did like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you next time on your mat. Take care.